Hello everyone. Next we are going to see about creating virtual machines. So creating virtual machines VMs in VMware Workstation is a straightforward process that allows us to run multiple operating systems on a single physical machine. So step 1 is prepare for VM creation. So gather installation media ISO file. Download an ISO image of the operating system we wish to install, example Windows, Linux. Ensure system requirements. Check that our host machine has sufficient resources like CPU, RAM, disk space to support additional VMs. Step 2, open VMware Workstation. So launch VMware Workstation on our host machine. If prompted, choose to either create a new virtual machine or open an existing one. Step 3, create a new virtual machine. Select create a new virtual machine. So this option is typically found on the home screen itself. Choose configuration type, so typical or custom. Next is the select the installation media. So choose the operating system source. It can be installer disk image file, or I will install the operating system later. So whatever we want, we can fix it. Next is the configuration of virtual machine. So we have to name our virtual machine. So give a virtual VM a meaningful name to identify it easily. Choose the location where the VM files will be stored on our disk. Select the guest operating system. So choose the operating system type, Windows or Linux, etc., and version from the drop down menu. So the next step is allocate the resources. So we have to allocate processor, memory and network connection. So in processor configuration, specify the number of processor cores to allocate to the VM. So more cores can improve performance. Memory allocation. Set the amount of RAM for the VM. A general guideline is to allocate at least 2 GB for modern OS, but it depends on the OS and applications we plan to run. Next is the network connection. So choose the network type, either it is NAT, bridged or host only. Disk space configuration. So specify the disk size for the VM. Choose whether to store the virtual disk as a single file or split into multiple files. The latter is often better for portability. Select whether to allocate all disk space immediately or allow the disk to grow as needed. So the next step is customize hardware. So click on customize hardware before finishing the setup. If we need to adjust settings such as processors, number of cores, virtualization extensions, memory, fine tune RAM settings, network adapters, modify the network settings, USB controllers, enable or configure USB support, display settings, adjust graphics settings for better performance. So next is the finishing of the VMware installation. We have to finish the creating virtual machine. So review our settings. Go through the summary of our VM settings to ensure everything is in correct. Complete the creation process. Click finish to create the VM. We will see the new VM listed in our VMware Workstation library. Install the operating system. So power on the VM, select the VM and click power on this virtual machine. So follow the installation procedure. The VM will boot from the selected installation media. Follow the on-screen instructions to install the operating system, similar to how we would on a physical machine. Next is the installation of VMware tools. Post installation. After the OS installation is complete, install VMware tools. So VMware tools improves performance and provides additional features like better graphics, mouse integration, etc. In the VM menu, select install VMware tools and follow the prompts in the guest OS to complete the installation. So additional configurations, network settings, shared folders, snapshots may be added additional with this. So creating a virtual machine using VMware Workstation, it involves several straightforward steps from gathering installation media to configuring resources and installing the operating system.